Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So this video is just going to be like a quick little painting video of my new Oni mask collection release, and there are three pieces that you can get. So there's two resin casts that have been painted up. So it's Raijin and Fujin. I ended up, if you watched the vlog, I ended up taking the hair off it. I just wasn't really happy with it. The way it was turning out wasn't really what I wanted. So I ended up taking it off, but they are painted in acrylic paints and sealed in a Liquitex matte varnish. And you obviously can see how big they are, but they're great for on the wall. I like little mini masks. I think they're really cool. So if there's much interest, I might do like a full-size mask. But it's a little bit of a different take on Japanese Oni little creature. So yes, like I said, these two are available, Raijin and Fujin. So it is the god of thunder and the god of wind. And if you're interested in seeing the sculpting process, it's on my channel. And also if you're interested in seeing the molding process, it is available on my Patreon for $5 and up supporters. And also I have a little sticker set available. It comes in a pack of 2. So we've got the same Raijin and Fujin. So I've drawn these on my iPad and cut it out on a Cricut. They are on matte paper. I am working on gloss ones, but the Cricut is having a bit of a hard time reading the lines. So there's one more thing I'm going to try to see if it works. I had someone suggest matte sticky tape that you can put over the lines. So hopefully the gloss ones will turn out. But so that's available in a set as well. So I mean, it'll look pretty cool with the whole set. But anyway, they're available at creaturesofnat.com. And if you want to see how I painted it, just keep watching. Anyway, bye. Alrighty, so I'm starting off with my resin cast of the Oni head that I sculpted, and if you want to see how I sculpted it, I have it on my channel. I'm trying to remember to link it down below, but I always seem to forget. And if you want to know how I mold as well this Oni mask, then I will have the video up on my Patreon, so that is available for my $5 and up people, supporters. So if you're interested in how I molded that, you can find it on there. So right now I am going to be painting the two Oni masks, and I had an idea of what colours I wanted to do. I wanted one to be blue and wanted one to be green. I did think about doing it red, but I think the blue and the green complement each other a bit better. So basically these two are based off Raijin and Fujin, which is the god of thunder and the god of wind, and it's sort of my own little take on it. And I wanted the god of wind to be blue, and that way I wanted it to be like not like a dark blue, like a sort of a pastel-y light blue. So I had this paint by Derivian Matisse, and I decided to go ahead and apply the first coat of this paint, and as you can see, it is really thin. So this particular paint needed a lot of layers of paint to get a good coverage, but halfway through I decided to go with a different sort of colour which had a lot better pigment, and it's a bit more of the colour that I imagined it to be. So you can see what it looks like after I've applied a couple of coats of the new paint. It is by Derivian again, but it's a different colour. I can't remember what the colour was called. It is called Australian Blue, believe it or not. So it was the perfect colour that I was actually wanting. So I also decided to go with some silver accents. So I painted the horns and the eyes silver, and I used a silver paint by Jacquard. This one required a couple of coats of paint, but it is really, really good paint, the Jacquard paint. And then I wanted to have some darker blue accents, so I decided to go with the nose, and I also decided on the eyebrow bits to paint in a darker colour, and that one is also by Derivian, and it is in the colour Ultra Blue. And that one was a little bit thinner than the paint that I used for the majority. So I did a couple of coats with that, and painting the inside of the mouth was quite difficult because red paint is really difficult to work with because it covers a lot and it's hard to cover up once it's been painted on. So as I wanted the teeth to be white, I tried super hard not to get it onto the teeth. And I also put it around the mouth as well. Onto the second Oni mask, and I wanted this one to be green, so I had an envision of like a muted sort of pastel green. So I tried this paint from Golden, but the camera's actually picking it up to be really fluoro, but it's actually not. It's sort of like it's a bright green though, which wasn't really what I was going for. So I did the full coat in this paint, and then I moved on to another green paint from Chromacryl, and that was pretty much the color that I wanted, and I thought it matched the blue color a little bit better, like it complements it a little bit better as it's like the same sort of tone. So I applied a couple of coats of paint with the new one just to make sure it had a good coverage, but Chromacryl generally has a really good coverage in their paint work, in their paint actually, in their pigments. I always find that Golden is not really suited for painting resin, it's more suited for canvas paintings and stuff, so I try not to use it. I have a nice collection of Golden paints, but yeah, it's not really what I'm after when I'm painting resin things. So you can see how the paint is just slightly different, and it has a slightly different tone than the original paint, so this is kind of what I was going for in the first place. Now for the horns, I decided to do another complementary colour, and since the last one was silver, I decided to go with gold, and it is by Jacquard Paints again, and also painting in the eyes in the gold paint. It's really good gold acrylic paint. It's the best one that I've come across so far, and I've tried a whole heap of them. So if you can get your hands on some Jacquard paints, it's got really good paints. And then moving on to the nose area, I wanted to do the same sort of thing as the blue one, so I went for a darker sort of forest green, and I used the paints Chromacryl for this one as well. And I painted the eyebrows and around the mouth with that Chromacryl paint as well. Alright guys, so this collection is available in my shop at creaturesofnat.com. There's Raijin and Fujin, the two of them, resin mini Oni masks, and there's also a sticker set which you can get both of them in a pack. So yeah, head over there if you're interested. I'm not too sure if I am going to open for blanks of these Oni masks, but if you are interested, send me a message through my shop, and we can just chat about it. There's like little air bubbles and stuff that you'd have to fill from casting because I don't use a pressure pot. But anyway, I would like to thank my patrons for supporting me for another month. I really do appreciate it. If you want to head over to Patreon and support me, you can get all kinds of different perks like discounts and early access and videos and stuff. So if you're interested, head over there. I hope there's more and more things coming. So yes, and also check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Creatures of Nat, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.